Our top story, and US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are meeting face-to-face in Alaska for talks about the war in Ukraine. The pair touched down in Anchorage, leaving their planes simultaneously as the pomp and ceremony had the two leaders meet on the red carpet. And there you see them both coming down the staircase around the same time. Now, the pair were due to speak ahead of their closed-door meeting. But after a tirade of questions from the media, the leaders quickly retreated from the public eye.
Mr. Putin, will you bring to a
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Come on, guys.
And for more, Dr. Leonid Petrov is a Russian academic and visiting fellow at the Australian National University and joins us now. Good morning, Dr. Petrov. Good to have you along.
Good morning.
Firstly, what have you made of what we've seen so far, just the very early scenes of that meeting unfolding in Anchorage, Alaska?
Well, there's a lot of symbolism around this summit for both Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. There has been a few years since they met. Previously, it was, if I remember, was Helsinki. The previous Donald Trump's tenure as US president. Now they're meeting again in the United States. And it's not just any particular state which Donald Trump would have chosen, but it was Alaska, the former Russian colony. For Vladimir Putin as well, who is under the arrest warrant from International Criminal Court and who is not welcome in many countries, and it's very interesting that he's going to the United States. It's the first time for many months since this aggression against Ukraine started. And I believe that Putin also has high expectations both at home and internationally to re-engage with world leaders, and without Donald Trump's approval and endorsement, it wouldn't happen. So I believe the expectations from both sides are high, but they are also very self-serving intentions for Putin and Trump. They believe that this will boost their popularity at home and abroad. I don't think the Ukrainian conundrum is going to be resolved. For Putin, there's no incentive to stop it. For Donald Trump, on the opposite, he wants to get Nobel Peace Prize, and this is the potential window of opportunity.
When you say that you don't think that the Ukrainian situation will be resolved, and that it might need something more, what is it going to take to push Vladimir Putin to either a ceasefire or a broader peace plan?
Well, this war could have stopped in 24 hours, as Donald Trump previously and famously mentioned
during the campaign.
It has been already the ninth month as president. He still is not successful. So it's just in the hands of one man, Vladimir Putin, to stop it. But again, he doesn't need to stop it because he needs, like all dictators, they need a war. Whether it's Kim Jong-un or Bashar al-Assad, the former Syrian dictator, said they all need the state of emergency domestically, first of all, because the war permits them to crack down on opposition, to be not transparent about economic decisions, and any potential victory or advancement of troops, of course, boosts their popularity at home and gets fear from the neighbors, and that's what dictators want.
Which are all issues you and I have spoken about in terms of what's happening in Russia at the moment. The last time we spoke some months ago, it seemed like there was a move on and that sentiment was really starting to shift, or there was an exacerbated shift. What's happening there right now? Has that been sustained or gone forward or backwards? Where's it at?
Domestically in Russia?
Yeah.
Well, it's a war-footed economy, which opens many possibilities for infrastructure development. When I call my relatives and friends to Russia, and they say, well, everything is booming. Roads, bridges, shopping centers, everything like on steroids these days, because there's plenty of cash which is not going overseas. People are banned from leaving the country. Also, the direct foreign investment is from Russia is also prohibited.
So where's the money coming from?
Well, it's the sales of oil
To limited places, isn't it?
to multiple places via a few windows.
Yeah.
China, India, and also the black market permits Russia to benefit from the discounted oil prices, and the volume of oil production is still significant. And with the instability in the Middle East, Russia still have trusted customers. And there's simply no shortage of cash in Russia, and I believe that stopping the war would actually undermine and shake the prospects of this continuing growth, and potentially because simply the return of hundreds of thousands of veterans from this criminal war would also destabilize the situation domestically, and it also potentially bring Putin to difficult questions about what to do next. At the moment, all eyes are on this so-called special military operation, and it's like euphemism for a great fight against the West. But what will happen if Putin fraternizes with the West? There will be difficult questions to open up. But it's not what's happening right now. WhatsApp and Telegram are now blocked. YouTube, Facebook are not accessible in Russia anymore. So going backward is not something what Putin plans. But sitting down with the strongmen of the United States and talking about the exploration of Arctic polar circle resources and cooperation in both military-industrial complex, and also resuming the strategic agreements with the United States, which are just about to expire, also would permit Putin to look strong and successful.
So, and just finally, it sounds like when you outline it like that, there's very little interest in Vladimir Putin in finding a solution to this, because this is a solution to him to perhaps to a whole lot of other issues. So do you think anything will come from this talk, perhaps future talks, or is this just going to be about holding the line, continuing on, really?
Well, that's why Donald Trump has been ambivalent so far about the success or failure of this summit. Potentially, it could have been resolved immediately, but again, for Putin, if it's resolved, everyone will lose interest in him. So as long as he continuing this military adventure and horrific undertaking against his neighbors, and potentially influence and threat towards other neighbors in Europe, in Western Europe, it would completely devoid him of any clout which has so far built. So I think with being closer to the US, and the current president actually gives him many more opportunities to stay in power, and that's what Vladimir Putin wants, to stay in power indefinitely. Stopping the war would not make it closer and possible, and so I think that Donald Trump also understands that he plays the book of many dictators. He calls Lukashenko the dictator of Belarus. He has been, fraternizing with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. So this time it's Vladimir Putin, and that's what Trump is actually has a penchant for.
Yeah. It's extraordinary times we find ourselves in, Dr. Leonid Petrov. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me, and have a safe weekend.
You too. Thank you.